Hey everyone, SpeeDMan here. Welcome to this episode of Vercingetorix. Where we are left off here, we are doing a little bit more work on deleting these cities, pretty easily destroying them. Now, what I'm going to try to do is, since I'm not really going to be doing a lot more of any war waging at this stage, I'm just going to bring some units over and see if I can attack them, just to see if I can take a city from the water over. There we go. We can definitely very easily destroy a lot of those defenses, so that's pretty good. Go ahead and move here. Move attack, and attack. And that way next turn I can get rid of that city, basically take that and then have control of this whole area. I actually got a couple of really nice wonders. Edamanonki is a definitely good one. Hermitage will be good. That'll just give me a little bit of extra culture output. And this one, especially Forbidden City, is very much going to be helpful. An additional wildcard slot is going to very much aid our position, so quite happy with that. This other stuff around here, it's not too bad. It's not too good. It's just beneficial. The government plaza there is obviously going to disappear anyways, but still, we're getting some decent stuff up and running. Take another city in the process, which will be good. Just gives us more control of the region, a little bit more flexibility as well, so bring that over just on the off chance I need to. Probably won't, but in case I need to use it, at least I have the option. I'll go ahead and keep city, of course. Again, just having more cities means we have more things that we can control, and that's going to aid our position nicely. We're going to go ahead and go into that. I'm just going to keep these in here. It's going to get hit once, but at least I can move back. There we go. Get another city taken, and this one's especially going to help us, given this particular position here. Oh, that's been pillaged. That's a problem. Well, let's go ahead and start fixing that right up. We do have another wildcard slot, so two things that are really good. I mean, this right here, 26 culture and 52 gold, that's fantastic. A fantastic card for us, so we're going to definitely take that one. As a big up, yeah, look at that. 610 science, 424 culture now, and we're up to now 80 gold per turn, which honestly the gold, we could, given that we have such a large military, our gold's not really a problem. As long as we stay positive, we're fine. And we are, so we're doing okay. Next up on the list of things to do is honestly just kind of reinforce our military up a little bit. Okay, so our first nuclear power plants are up and running, so that's very good. What that means is that we are going to have ourselves a very nice time with regards to our production capabilities. Those will level up very nicely. Also is going to improve our science. We can see we are now at a whopping 700 science per turn, so it's not a bad thing for us. We'll continue to work on that. We're going to go ahead and just, since we have a lot of production, just get ourselves, it's going to take a couple turns, but get ourselves a nice little boost of production. We have a nice 104 science, 104 production rather, in our capital, so that is very good. We do have the eminent military force in this game, so we are pretty much solid here. We're doing well. We have a massive amount of scientist points per turn, so we are very much going to be likely to pick up this one. We're going to be getting this one as well, so next turn we get that. Getting both of these can be very helpful. A good spot to get this as well, so this is good. Excellent, so that's now done. That's going to give us a couple more tiles, so that's not too bad. Well, that tile is useful. That is just a dead tile, but at least we get something. I already have two nuclear plants, so if they try to ban that, at least I already have them done. So I'm not really too worried. So oil has been banned. That's perfect for me. I'm not worried about oil. Did get that, and that got selected as well, so that's not bad. So the World Games, we are basically going to be winning that one. We have a massive amount of pretty much everything we need, so we're fine.
There is. One knows not what sweet mystery about this.
We
The
discovered
Pantanal is the most
triangle.
complex
Pantanal. And because we
so
launched the satellite, that is going to be a nice little boost of air score. It's also going to, well, we still have one envoy, but also going to mean that there's other areas that we could check out. We do see there is a capital all the way over here. This will be a pretty easy capital for us to go after. So honestly, that's one that we can consider. And since we do have the moon landing, 1500, we'll go ahead and plug into that. Instantly completes that as well, which means that we get globalization, which means now that we get that, we can also go ahead and get a seriously disgusting amount of science output. Another 240 science right here. We're going to go ahead and plug that in right here. There we go. And this stage we'll go ahead and actually kind of see what else we could work on. Main thing is that we're going to go ahead and take that off, put that back up, and then we'll put that on, and we should see our science break 1,000. Yes, it did. Okay. Yep, we are flying away with the science. We are very much going to likely pick this one up as well. So it's honestly looking really, really solid for us all around. We've got another governor title available, so of course what we're going to do is going to take the industrialist, and then eventually we'll try to finish off getting the vertical integration. And that will allow us to get some of the most important things. So globalization got done. We're going to go ahead and work our way into near future governance. I want to get that extra governor title. I want to try to stack a lot of those values here. What we will do, though, is once we're done with this, we will go ahead and eventually work into synthetic technocracy. That way we can get access to power in all cities and 30% production towards all city projects, which is basically going to supercharge our space race project completion speed. Again, just anything we could do to try to make things a little bit faster at a time. Just do a lot of pillages. I'm going to get a lot of gold out of it. And 400 gold a pop is pretty good. So let's go ahead and take vertical integration. That is going to be a significant improvement in our home cities here. So we can see that should in the next turn or two update, and that should give us a lot more production. This is down to 85. Yeah, we should definitely be getting a good bit more production soon. Royal Society is now complete, which also means that we can actually basically start spam building a bunch of builders soon and setting up some of these other locations. I may actually go ahead and consider that. Let's see here. Spaceport. And spaceport. Get those done. That's going to definitely help us quite a bit. So that covers that need. We're going to eventually get those done so that way we just have more spaceports to work with. The more that we have, the faster it'll be for us to eventually get a lot of this other stuff done and sorted out.
It is obvious that while science is justice, is the bond of men.
Have ourselves another governor title, which is good. I'm going to go ahead and take the Space Initiative card. That way we get even more production towards space race projects. And that covers that need. I have to wait a turn to attack that, which is fine. They'll be able to do quite a bit of damage, so that's no problem. We do have 4 envoys here, so I can go ahead and take Susan T here. Does that, and I get even more science output per turn, which is, of course, a benefit. Since we're kind of done with most of this whole war scenario situation, we're going to go ahead and just open up some of these other cards for us to kind of look at. Getting some more gold wouldn't hurt. Also, getting more production would be even better. So we're going to go ahead and work on that. Let's see here. What else? Not very much. Let's see. I think this is good as it is. Getting some decent amount of gold income passively is going to very much help us. So we'll just work on that for the time being. Well, looks like we're going to be getting that one. This one, we might be able to get back to that one. If not, we can skip it, of course. Which is kind of what we may consider doing anyways. Military Academy is done. We're going to go ahead and just work on getting some population back. And then after that, what we'll do is I may consider conversion to nuclear power as well, just to give the city a nice boost of production. While we're at it, we'll just get that done. That covers that.
If winning isn't everything,
and we'll take another city while we're at it, because why not? And we'll just do that conversion. Save a little bit of time on that. Cool, so that kind of takes care of that situation a good bit. So that's less threatening now. We'll do this so we can get some more food in this area. Just make this area even better.
Bolshoi Ballet is a universe of the imagination, a place of magic.
Bolshoi is done. So
Incomplete,
that
because the
is going
inherent
to allow
vice
us
of
to
capitalism
get capitalism done.
is the day we
And
stop
exploration. Did win that, so that's going to provide us a nice boost to diplomatic favor, which means we can sell that. So we're going to go ahead and sell that to the highest bidder. There we go. Made a pretty much significant amount of gold there. Alright, well things are looking up for us, so we're in a pretty good spot here. I'm going to keep working on some of these other things though. While we're at it, might as well just kind of work our way through some of this stuff here. Enter that into robotics. Start revealing some of these future era techs and get started on those as well. We do have, since we did get capitalism, that basically unlocks a couple things for us. So what we'll do is we'll go back and we'll show what that does for us. And particularly is right here. Just gives us a bit of improvement for some more trade routes and stuff like that. It's not really something that's a real big deal for this type of run, but in a trading or culture type of game setup, this is something that would be better. We're definitely getting that. Do that. Just hasten this whole process for us. What we'll do is, because we need to basically find some of those end game techs, we need to figure out which ones are going to be the ones we need to get. It could be either of these four. It may likely be within this area, so we want to go ahead and get that started. That way we can get set up towards the end game and make our way towards that. The faster we do that, the faster we can win the game. I'm going to focus on flood barriers for a while. I want to make sure I play it safe. I want to get flood barriers in every city that's going to need to have them. The more of them that we do, the easier and safer it'll be for us in the long term. There's less risk of things getting flooded, which means there's less risk of us losing important lands that we need. So that will be a really critical point for this whole situation. There we go. So that covers the gist of our empire, basically. Just going to play it safe, make sure that a lot of our cities can eventually set up with flood barriers, so that way we don't need to worry about flooding in the long term.
By distraction.
Okay, so there's social media, which means we can actually get the collective activism card, and that's going to give us a significant amount of culture. Yeah, 188, not too bad at all. We'll have to figure out what we want to replace with. That's definitely going to stay at just under 500 science per turn is pretty insane. I'm going to wait and see what the next one is. Nothing really good, so we'll let this one go. We're definitely going to get this one, though, for sure. We're definitely in line to get it anyways, so that's not a problem. And we've used a lot of the other gold, or the opponents have used a good bit of their gold, and we have that advantage, so we're pretty much a lot to get that as well.
If the enemy, we find every.
Okay, so we now have access to the synthetic technocracy, which means it's going to change our card positioning a good bit. It's not a bad thing. This means some of these military cards we're not really going to be needing anymore. We'll go ahead and keep on levying on mass just to keep our gold income nice and solid. Okay, that improves us quite a nice amount. Since we do have the optimization imperative, which basically allows us to get our production for city projects really moving. Okay, so here's the big one here. So we're going to go ahead and get that going. And then immediately, right off the bat, get that set up. So at the very latest, by turn, let's say I think it's 333, we will have the science victory guaranteed. So no matter what, at that point, we should be good. We are working on the off-world missions, so this is going to be really good. These are going to help hasten that process pretty significantly. Each time we complete one, it's going to essentially add 1 light year per turn. So for this part of the science victory, as we can see here, we are at 0 out of 50. Now it'll take basically 50 turns. It'll go 1 turn at a time. And with these particular missions, this will actually be amplified. This will add 1 as we go. So instead of like 1 out of 50, it'll be 2 out of 50, 4, 6, 8, 10, and so on. We keep adding more, and then it'll actually go up like by eventually like a +3, a +4, and so on. So that's why you can see that I'm also building a couple more of these other spaceports, just to kind of speed the process up a little bit. I may consider switching off the spaceport since in the capital, honestly, there are other things that we could be doing. This city's pretty close to getting that one done, so we can eventually get that one set up once I get done with some of these other industrial zone logistics. So I'll go ahead and do that now. Queue off of that. And we are looking really good. We should honestly have the science victory very soon here, so I'm pretty excited. Were we not, they may denounce us, but we already have the guaranteed push for the science victory. The others are nowhere near close. For culture, we're in the lead. Domination, we're in the lead. Diplomacy, we are also in the lead, funny enough. Religion, not a problem. There has to be a pretty significant and pretty crazy push from Lady Six Guy to even have a chance at this, so this isn't really likely anyways. Science Victor, we are obviously the eminent domain. We are very much leading that. I'm going to go ahead and pass on that one. Don't want that one. That's another one that's kind of meh. Tourism. I'm trying to see if there's going to be another potential space race project one. That way the other ones can get amplified a little bit and maybe shave a little bit more time off the other stuff that I'm doing. Okay. Eruption, not a problem.
After 11 days pass.
Off-world mission. Excellent. So what that means is now what we can do is we can actually immediately get started on that. So we're going to do that. We are also going to consider buying some builders. So first thing we're going to do is get started on this, and then we will look towards getting builders in. all these other cities that don't have anything else to do. Start making builders. We have tons of gold and tons of resources to be able to use. We're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to mass produce as many of these builders as we can to help just sharpen up this process and make this just a little bit faster. Faster we make it, it'll be easier for us to get closer to that push for the science victory.
Even though the future seems...
Future tech, I'm going to go ahead and go back into that. Let's go ahead and we'll click on that, and we'll just go back into future tech. Let's keep working that same project. We'll go ahead and queue up another one. That way we can immediately get started on that. We have lots of more envoys, which is perfect. We're going to go ahead and consider who else we can get Sukritact up potentially. Doesn't look like anything right now, so that's fine. Let's go ahead and bump into that. There's another round of industrial zone logistics, so that gives us a pretty good amount. All the other AI are very lacking in regards to that, so we're pretty much in a dominant position. There's no way we're not going to be getting that one. We'll go ahead and just work on that one more time. We should be able to get it done soon enough here. And we'll just do this one more time. Okay, there's the first one completed. And then what we're going to do is go ahead and get started on this one. And in the process, we're going to go ahead as well as just get ourselves set up with another builder. That way we can immediately move that over. Just remain as optimal as we can. We don't have a ton of traders, so obviously that could have been something we could have done. Not a big deal for now. We were already in such a good dominant position that I felt traders weren't that big of a deal, given that the domination victory push that we had earlier in the game helped kind of put us in a really, really good position. Go. That'll get done in one turn. There is yet another one.
this malefactor to the jagged rocks.
All right. Science victory. You can see we are at 6 per turn, so that is excellent. So basically, we are definitely going to be having the victory, I would say, at this point. We are 19 out of 50, so if we can get potentially one more completion done, at least we will have the science victory done by turn 298. So just continuing to shave away at it. We are very much looking good. We will faith purchase that. Where is that? Where is that located? In our capital. Okay, so next turn I'll bring that over, and that should help us. There's another one. Set for me. That works. And of course they're worried about the diplomatic victory, but honestly that has no impact on me. I'm just choosing that stuff just because it doesn't really do anything. Go ahead and go to that. Get a whopping 30 gold. Impressive. Do another charge. Make this stuff go even faster. And at this stage, we should be pretty much in a good spot to be able to get this victory done.
Oh, no entreat.
Okay, so we've got that. We're just going to do another one of these. Well, at this stage, I realize now that even though the game technically would be over at this stage, that because I downloaded the Victory Projects mod, I have to do the Pivotal Discovery Project. So, oh, it's at my government plaza. That makes sense. Okay. For reference, I actually went ahead a few turns and realized I was having difficulty finding it, and then I actually had to read that part and realize that's right here. So we're just going to quickly do this. And while I'm at it, just buy a quick builder, send that builder over. Should still be on for the sub 300. Let me see.
Ah, my beloved.
and should be done now, I think. And there we have it. That
Much
is
as our
the
ancestors did
completion
ages
of this
ago.
game. And a bit of a surprise, we did go for the science victory. Initially this game, we were going for the domination victory, but the thing about essentially the situation with a domination victory is we were really pushing hard, and it would have been a lot longer of a game if that were the case, so I'm happy to go for the faster victory, get the science victory done, and there we have it. If you enjoyed watching this series as much as I've enjoyed making it, I'd like to ask you to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. SpeeDMan out.